Yeah, a big part of, I guess, building anything of true worth and significance is that resilience, but also the mindset required. Um, One time, somebody really successful once said to me, they said, like, Nathan, if you want to build $1 billion company, do you believe you can? If I said yes, then that's half the battle won. So I'm curious, like, what are you doing from a mindset perspective to cultivate this sense of belief in yourself and what you're building?
Absolutely. I think it's probably necessary but not sufficient, right? Like condition to actually becoming a multi-billion dollar company. And so I think you have to believe it in your core because there are too many moments in your journey as a startup where you are going to feel like you are failing or that you have failed or that you can't get there, right? Like I think it's it's really amazing to me always when you talk to other founders or you hear about these big companies and their business stories, for example, where the number of times it felt like they were going to go under or that the company was in existential danger, or it's never as smooth as what you kind of read in the news. There's always really deep stuff. And I think a lot of what you struggle with as a founder is a sense of fear and isolation. And if you, at the end of the day, don't believe that you are going to get through that, if you are looking at your runway and saying, I'm never going to make it, and you don't believe for sure my company is going to be that winner, I don't think you ever could. I don't, there's just too many opportunities to lay down the sword. And if you don't really know in your heart that you're going to get there, I don't think you will. I mean, the quote I always go back to in my head, it's a Walt Disney quote, but it's, the difference between winning and losing is often not quitting, right? That's, I think, really what it comes down to is you cannot quit no matter how discouraged you can feel. And I think that a lot of that comes down to believing that you're going to make it, that you're going to be the exception. If we all listen to stats, there would be no founders. It would be a insane thing to do, right? So 99% of companies fail. No one would sign up for that. The only way for people who really make it through, I think, is to you have to believe from the very get-go that you are the 1%. You have to believe you're the one that's going to get through. And I think that comes from belief in the idea. I think that comes from belief in yourself, and just pushing through whatever walls are in front of you. And I think, throughout the journey of the company, it's always, of course, encouraging to have moments of validation, right? I think setting those mini goals and seeing yourself hit them. And even sometimes it's seeing the challenges and knowing that you survive and get through them. That creates confidence, right? I think people, either way, I think when you set goals, if you make it, it's a confidence booster. And if you don't and life moves on, you realize you can keep going. And I think that that's an important thing. People are often afraid of setting something that means they're either going to succeed or fail because it's a scary moment. But I think it's really important to run into those things.
Hey Founder Fam, we hope that you loved that clip. If you did, you can click through right here to watch the full interview. You don't want to miss this one. See you there.